Morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Expand. We've got a lot of cool stuff that's going to be happening for you today. And we wanted to kick things off in true technological fashion with a robot dance party. So we've got 3 now robots from Aldebaran. And let's kick it off. Let the robots dance. Give him a round of applause. So, I'd like to welcome to our stage James Dietrich from Aldebaran Robots, who's going to talk about these little Nowbots. They actually can do a little bit more than dancing, so welcome, James.
Hi, welcome.
Zip.
Good to see you. So, I think as you can all see, working sometimes with really advanced technology has its challenges. Ideally, this would have all been very, very synchronized, but sometimes technology has its challenges. So, like Michael said, we're with Aldebaran Robotics, and I thought to sort of give a little context to sort of where these guys came from. We could start with just a brief video. We've got a documentary in process about our company, and thought it could be a good segue.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's dial it up.
Les robots, c'est un rêve d'enfance. C'est un rêve qui a commencé quand j'étais tout petit, que j'étais en échec scolaire, que j'étais le dernier à tous les contrôles. Et c'est là que le déclic est venu. C'est là que je me suis dit, je veux faire des robots, je ferai des robots. Un robot, c'est un petit bonhomme mécanique, c'est un truc qui doit nous comprendre et c'est surtout quelque chose qui doit être à notre service.
Hello, my name is Now. I'm a humanoid robot.
When I grew up as a child, I always saw robots in movies that gave me very high expectations of what robots could be. You know, robots that are showing emotions and making ethical decisions. Oh, don't fall, please. Well, 30 years since then, but I think we're getting pretty close to the moment when people can start fulfilling that.
We'll cut it off there, but as you can see right now, we're making interactive robots, social robots, emotional robots, really truly for the betterment of humankind. We're not trying to displace workers. We're not trying to do anything for the military. We're not trying to do anything for any industrial purposes. We really want these to enter your home, enter the workplace, enter healthcare environments, and really enrich people's lives. And so as you saw back in 2005, our CEO, Bruno Maisonnier, he's from Paris, France. Like most boys and most kids growing up, he had a dream to interact with robots and have his own. And he saw that nobody was really doing that and decided to take it upon himself to make it happen. Right now, we've got offices in Boston, where I'm from. That's our North and South American headquarters. We're founded and based in Paris, France. But we've got offices in Shanghai and Tokyo as well. There's a little over 400 of us worldwide. Most of them sit in Paris, largely all doing sort of R&D and continuing to find different ways to enhance these. And right now there's over 10,000 of these little guys in use in over 70 countries. And we got our start really servicing the academic market. We weren't really sure exactly if people were ready for these to be in the home. We weren't really sure what they were going to be used for. And researchers and people in universities really told us sort of what they were interested in, and it seemed like a great accessible platform for them. But now in kindergarten through 12th grade, this has become one of the best STEM education tools that we've seen, really getting kids excited about science and technology and engineering and mathematics, and even working with children on the autism spectrum in ways that we've never even seen before. So. Why a humanoid robot? You've got a lot of robots here. A couple, telepresence robots, big tablets on sticks. You've got big industrial arms. But we believe that the humanoid shape is really the best way to interact with humans, to actually show and express emotion in a lot of ways that other robots can't. And so for us, starting with something that was about 2 feet tall, had a very sort of friendly disposition, something that didn't try to look too human, was really important for us. The design aspect of building a robot is more than half the battle, and finding people that would accept it and sort of welcome this into their home. So as you can see, they're really cute. We took a lot from science fiction and Hollywood to help us create this really great design. And so these are actually the 5th generation of this robot, and we've sort of not changed it ever since. This right here is our family of robots. This is really kind of the roadmap of where we're going. Now, is what got our start 8 years ago. As you can see there in the middle, we've got a robot called Pepper. She's about 4 feet tall, and about 4 months ago, we released her in Japan with our partner SoftBank in their mobile retail stores. So right now, if you're in Japan, you could walk into a SoftBank store, and Pepper robot right there would be greeting you at the door when you walk in, asking you, sort of what you're there for, giving you information about the products they're offering, the promotions they're offering, queuing you up for service. Or if you're an adult and you've got some kids with you and you need to have a conversation with a salesperson, the robot can entertain your kids and keep them distracted. And so it's great right now to see that businesses and other use cases are being created for these robots. The larger one you see, named Romeo, is just an ongoing research project with us and multiple nations within the EU, really focused on finding a way to perfect an opportunity for us to assist with the elderly, to give them a lot more independence in living autonomously on their own. And so right now, this is sort of where we're going. This is our future. As you can see, now it's got a lot of technical capabilities. I'll just go through some of it real quick. You've got infrared sensors in the eyes, 2 HD cameras in the jaw and the forehead, tactile sensors all around the body that you can sort of pass the robot commands and prompts to do different actions. He's got sonar in his chest, inertial sensors in the torso, things that give it tremendous balance and sort of navigational capabilities, microphones in the ear so that it can project sound, vocalize with you. So basic things like that. But this is a very advanced piece of technology. And so this is the future of where we want to go. We want to eventually be able to build something that's meets the expectations of what a consumer would want a robot to do in the home. Right now, there's a lot of very physical limitations to what robots can do, even at 2 feet tall or 4 feet tall. So we're trying to, through our global developer program, build a lot of these really practical applications that could serve people in the home. Not necessarily cooking dinner for you or washing the dishes or folding your laundry, but something that could perhaps act as a universal remote for your whole house. Something that could work with your children, help them with their homework, something that could be connected to a video game system, and so on. So our developer program worldwide is really focused on building these practical use cases. And that's just a little bit about our developer program. While we've not yet started to sell these directly to the consumer market, developers who want to get ahead of the next, wave of application development, thinking beyond just the mobile platforms that are existing today, we're one of the only companies that are offering people a chance to really develop with a humanoid robot and sort of get ahead of that curve, if you will. So that's part of the reason why we're here as well. Okay. I think that's probably about it for us, yeah.
Okay, so the main question that I have is how soon before we go from Pepper and Romeo to Rosie from the Jetsons? I think we all want someone wheeling around our house, making us laugh and making us dinner.
Well, I think you saw in the video that we opened with, one of our lead scientists was saying we're getting pretty close. I think you can see on stage that these look really advanced, but there's a quote of mine that I really, not mine, but a quote I really like from a website from Peter Thiel. It said, we asked for flying cars, but we got 140 characters. Yeah. Sort of speaking to the fact that a lot of technology and a lot of attention has been directed in other avenues. And so robots have continued to sort of develop slowly. Companies like ours are really taking on a huge chunk of this pie. We're developing the hardware and the software ourselves internally. Inherently, that brings some challenges and slows things down a bit, but we're close. I'd say really, realistically, within the next 3-5 years, you're going to have something in the home that will function a lot like Rosie did. So we're excited. So
what's the holdup? What are the kind of the challenges that we're facing to get there right now?
Sure. I think for one, and to be perfectly honest, this is an $8,000 robot for a school or a university or anybody else who wants to work with it. Even for a developer, it's a $6,000 robot. So we've got to find a way to scale the technology, scale the capability to make it affordable and palatable for a consumer to say, yeah, that's not going to break the bank. I'll have one. And obviously, there's got to be a lot more sort of investor interest. We want to see a lot more companies get behind businesses like ours, support the development, encourage us to continue to challenge the convention and the norm. Yep. So,
Are does the hardware exist right now that could make something like Rosie? Is it a software issue or is it a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both. I think we've all maybe seen the Osmo robot from Honda, and things like that that have sort of shown us for a long time now that these things are capable. You've got robots that can walk very well, that can climb upstairs. Getting downstairs is a little difficult. But yeah, the software I think is maybe the largest challenge. Things concerning natural language processing, what we're trying to do with the Pepper robot and being able to detect and understand human emotion and then have the robot cater its sort of interaction with you accordingly, present a lot of challenges. These robots can speak 27 different languages fluently, so you can understand that there's a lot of cool things that can happen with that. But just like an iPhone or any other thing that you get out of the box that comes with a core set of applications that make it ready to use right away, that's what we're trying to do with these robots as well before we're really confident that we could present something to the consumer market. When people see robots like this, they want to come up and immediately extend a hand to shake it or wave at it or start to have a dialogue with it, which is perfectly natural. We want you to do that. That's exactly what these robots are there for. But if you can imagine on our end, there's a lot of assumptions and predictions that have to be made about how everybody wants to interact with these robots that we have to develop and build as a standard application on these. And a lot of that takes time.
All right, well, I think that's all the time. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And up next, we've got our finalists for the Insert Coin. We're going to have our judges up here doing some Q&A with those folks. And to that end, I'd like to introduce Terrence O'Brien and Ben Hick, who will be your hosts for that segment.
Perfect. Thank you.
A modular platform. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with ARA, it's really our attempt to create the hardware equivalent of the Android app ecosystem.